Hey there, Lincoln here from bullacademy.org. Tonight, let's talk about Chamath Palihapitiya and his record on SPACs. So I was scrolling through Twitter earlier, just a few minutes ago actually, and I'm tired, it's been a long day, but I finally had it because I saw another tweet about somebody trying to trash Chamath. And the reason I'm upset about this, or annoyed at least by this, is because it seems people don't like to read or do math or care about numbers and data or just the words that are in front of them. I saw this earlier with Robinhood too, and when AMC stock was halted by the exchanges, everyone on Twitter was talking about how Robinhood is trying to rob the hood again, when Robinhood clearly stated that, hey, this is an exchange problem. The exchanges are halting this stock because of volatility. So this is just a trend across the world of traders who get all upset when their trade doesn't go their way. So then they try to look for people to blame. I've already called this out previously with CCIV and how everyone was so upset about that, even though it was a good thing for retail investors. But now it's about Chamath. And over the last few months, we've seen Chamath get a whole bunch of slander, getting his name dragged on Twitter and on stock tweets and on Facebook. Everyone's talking about how Chamath failed retail investors and he's robbing retail investors because he sold some of his positions in Virgin Galactic, and how Clover Health wasn't doing so well, and how Chamath is not a good SPAC manager. So I've just been seeing all of this, and every time I think, well, let me look at the numbers at IPOA, which is now Virgin Galactic, at IPOB, Opendoor, at IPOC, Clover Health, at IPOE, SOFI. Let me see the numbers. What are you guys so upset about? Let me see if any of your outrage is actually backed by data, by the numbers. And each time, there's no numbers to support these people crying wolf, crying about Chamath being bad, talking about how Chamath is the enemy of retail investors. So at the risk of sounding like a cheerleader for Chamath, I'm making this video to just point out and call out those people and say, hey, Chamath has done very well as a SPAC manager. 3 of the 4 SPACs that he's announced a target for are trading above at least 50% from their net asset value of around $10 per share. That's a 75% success rate. Of course, there's Clover Health, which I've never liked, that's trading below $10 per share now. But if you're investing in that, hey, you made a bet. You have to own up to that. That's your responsibility. It's not Chamath's fault that you decided to put your money in Clover Health or IPOC. And that's his only SPAC that is not doing well in the short term. We're still only months since this SPAC was announced and completed its merger. We're less than a year in. And these people talking about how Chamath is bad because their short-term results are not great. Investments take a while. They take years to pay off, right? Peter Lynch, he did 30% annualized returns over his career at Fidelity. And he said over and over again that you're investing in companies, not some gambling chips. Companies take a while to work out, to reach the success that you invested in, that you were hoping for, and when you made that investment. So you're not going to get it all in a month, in a year, right? So even if you're all about short terms, Chamath has returned over 100% on IPOE. IPOB is up 50%. IPOA is up about 3x from his net asset value, his NAV of $10 per share. It's trading above $30 per share now. That's 75% of his SPACs over the since 2019, doing extremely well. Remember, the S&P 500 does 7 to 10% a year. A good growth investment is going to get you around 15% of annualized returns. So one that's doing 3x in less than 2 years, one that's doing 50% in less than a year, and another doing about 150% in less than a year, in just a few months, in less than 6 months, that's very good. IPOE was announced on January 7th at $10 per share. Today is June 2nd. The stock is up at $24, $25 per share. It's gotten a price target by analysts of $25 per share. which is very good, what is there to really be upset about? So there's people out there, and you see this all the time. The reason all of this slander against Chamath and all this complaining by traders about how a stock is lower than where they bought it for upsets me or bothers me is because then long-term investors see that and they think, oh, my investment sucks. And then they follow the traders and say, oh, Chamath sucks, SPACs suck. And then they miss out on all of this great opportunity, all these opportunities that are just handed to us now with these SPACs and these great growth investments. And that's unfortunate, because if you take just a second to parse what these people are saying, you'll see that they don't have anything to back them up. And then these people go even further and they're just rude. Why do you have to be rude to somebody who's doing his part to help you make some money just by riding his coattail? You're not the one out there finding these deals and putting your own money behind these deals. So if someone's doing that and bringing some value to the table, don't be rude to them. So I've seen it too much, and it confuses people who are trying to invest correctly and invest for the long term and build long-lasting, sustainable wealth. Those people get confused by all these traders talking about, oh, SPACs suck. Oh, IPOE is not as good as I want it when it's up 150%. So that's just my quick rant on all of this. In case you all have been thinking similar to me when you see these posts by these traders complaining and throwing blame around for their failed trades, that's what happens when you don't invest for the long term. Most day traders barely make minimum wage. So yeah, of course, most of them are going to be upset because they're failing at what they thought was going to be a quick way to get rich quick. People try to tell them, I try to tell them all the time, CNBC try to tell them that most day traders do not do as well as the TikTok and the YouTube gurus would like you to believe. The best investment strategy is to buy and to hold for the long term, is to practice the bull mentality. The bull mentality is what we practice on this channel, what we preach here. The bull mentality is that we know what we invest in, we understand what we invest in, we believe in what we invest in, and we hold for the long term, because that's how we build wealth in this country. That's how we give ourselves the best chance of success on the stock market. So if you're practicing that, don't worry about these traders out here complaining about things that they don't have any business complaining about, and slandering somebody who's doing a lot of hard work to try to help us all make some money. So I commend Chamath and his team for all of their hard work. I've made a whole bunch of money just by investing in him and his company's picks in IPOB and IPOE. So for the long term, I believe in these companies. They're real companies that are doing real work and have fundamental value, right, and are fundamentally sound businesses. So I have nothing to worry about in the short term. I'll just keep holding through the ups and the downs. And we're seeing now what happens when you get through the hard times. Back in March, April, May, we were in hard times. The markets were crashing hard, at least for growth investors. But now everyone's coming back trying to chase the momentum. And us, those who held, we didn't get hit hard by tax bills and by selling at huge losses. And now we get a benefit from the appreciation that comes with all of the traders trying to chase the momentum now. And now when they come back and chase, they're going to be upset when they buy at the top. And then in a few months, they're going to be saying, oh, this stock is down from where I bought it at the top. That company sucks. That's a bad investment. Well, no, you're just a bad trader. You bought at the top and you sold at the bottom. That's on you, right? So whenever you see these posts, whenever you see these traders complaining out there, remember that they are complaining about their own failure to do a good trade, a short-term trade, which they have no business doing in the first place, because most of them are going to fail. There are outliers who do extremely well as day traders, as swing traders, but most of them fail miserably. So that's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, like the video below, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, comment your thoughts, and let me know how you feel about SPACs and Chamath and social capital and IPOB, IPOA, IPOC, and of course you know I'm extremely bullish on IPO SPCE, which is now of course SOFI after its merger was completed this week. If you want to support the channel financially, join us over at patreon.boacademy.org. You'll be able to engage on our Discord channel where we share knowledge, discuss the stock market in real time every day, and share news, rumors, and new investment ideas so that we can all do our own research, come back together, collaborate, and make better investment decisions together. And you will have a chance of winning $200 every month. This will be on loyal and engaged patron. So if you're interested in all of that, I hope to see you over at patreon.boacademy.org. I'm Lincoln with boacademy.org. Thank you again and have a great day.